Hello all, it's been a hot minute since I've shown off my layout, and that's because not a whole lot was going on with it. For a long time I was working on the tracks and making sure everything ran okay. I've replaced all of my ancient track with brand new track and it's made a hell of a difference, but it's still not perfect. However, recently there's been some changes, so without a further ado, welcome to the new yards. So at first, I wanted this space to be taken up by a scrapyard, but the more I thought about it, the more I just wanted it to be a regular yard to store freight. So that's what I did. Firstly, I got this unloader at a train show and I wanted to incorporate it somehow. I also added this old platform. The sidings are only designed to hold a few wagons each due to the limitations of the space. I built in tons of little details including old rails, a small office, and lots of bushes. This was the first time I had done a major balancing job with it all glued down. I think I did a pretty good job for a first timer. In the future I might add a fence between the main lines and the yards. I also want to paint up the wall brick red. The tanks are also just filler until I figure out what I want to go in this dead space between the lines. We'll see. I received for Christmas something I've been wanting for a long time, a Bachman Windmill from Thomas & Friends. I've had this sort of cliff area ever since I did all my plaster work back in August, and I've been contemplating what I've wanted to do with it. A couple nights ago, I got to work. I painted up the cliff face gray and the top of the hill brown. Next, I laid the static grass. This was the first time I had ever used static grass, and boy was it tedious. I was greatly helped by a static king that I received for Christmas last year. Once that was dry and ready, I went to town adding bushes. The edges were really rough, so I layered bushes to cover the imperfections. I then added small buildings and details before laying down the windmill itself and hooking it up to a motor. Lastly, I added some gravel for paths, and voila! The cliff area was done. Like the yards, I might add a fence running along the cliff. But for now, enjoy a little running session in its current state. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.